The woke community is a perfect example of how falling yin energy, aka Luciferian consciousness, shows up. And when I say Lucifer, I don't mean it the way that Christians do. I mean it esoterically, because Lucifer is the impulse of consciousness of when somebody falls into the extreme of the feminine, aka the false light. There are two primordial energies that are recognized in ancient cultures as the batteries of creation. And these are inside of everything and everybody, the masculine and feminine energies, with the feminine energy being the creative void and the matrix itself, and the masculine energy is what takes that creative energy and directs it, encodes it into actual existence. I made this little graph right here to give you a better understanding. So basically, in order for us to have more conscious control over our reality, we must be working in harmony together. With the feminine energy being the connection to the internal world, right? The portal to the spirit, the subconscious mind, the emotions, creative force, and the masculine energy being the connection to the external world, the conscious mind, the identity, aka the ego, and the willpower to take action, make this a reality. When you neglect the masculine energy, you get rid of your ability to discern, to take action, your willpower, and you go into the extreme of the feminine, which is the victim mindset, okay? The moral complex, the emotional chaos, because you're lacking order. Let's address why I say the woke community is a perfect example of this. First of all, they tend to glamorize and try to normalize hypersexual behaviors. It happens as a result of a lack of will and discipline and self-love, of course, because you don't have a strong identity. It's not a surprise that somehow they're all dealing with some sort of identity issue. It's also very clear that hypersensitivity and emotional chaos is very prominent in this community. They also lack a lot of willpower and order. They tend to want movements such as socialism, communism, all wanting more free stuff without them having to actually put in any work. The biggest things about this archetype is the victim mentality and the moral complex. You have a lot of that connection to the emotions and to the collective. You tend to want to fight for justice and things like that, which are awesome, but in this case scenario, it manifests in a pretty negative way. Because of the principle of rhythm or hermeticism that states the pendulum swings to the left as it does to the right, people who are in this extreme of the feminine are also going to manifest extreme of the masculine traits such as narcissism and self-centeredness. Standing up for different causes from a selfish standpoint to validate themselves and belong to something instead of actually caring. And if you don't agree with them, you're cancelled. The government loves to put people on this extreme through entertainment, because when you're on this extreme, you're easier to manipulate because you don't have an identity. You don't have a part of you that is like, no, this is what I want, your discernment. Ones doing the controlling are in this extreme, the masculine, and they need a submissive audience. That's why they give people labels such as woke to make them think that they can see something that other people can't, and so they never actually get out of this illusion.
Say woke. Like, everybody needs to be woke.
So I don't say this at all to judge, but it's super important for us to have this conversation, to discern what is and isn't working in the society, so we don't normalize things that are going to take us to our downfall. Comment yes for a full YouTube breakdown.